I guess I've spent just about 2 months of my life traveling in England, Belgium, and France. And if you ask me what I love most about them, I think I would say it is how much reality and creativity interact when you're in these places. Let me share with you some examples. Take England's oldest hero, Arthur, the boy who pulled a sword from a stone, and its youngest hero, Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Now, Arthur may or may not have been real, but the world he inhabited was real. So I hope you'll come with us to Bath, a city founded by the Romans 500 years before Arthur's story is going to be told, and a city which Arthur himself may have defended in a battle fought on the slopes of Little Salisbury Hill, just outside of town. Harry Potter was certainly a fictional character, and the world that J.K. Rowling invented for him was as well. But it mirrored our society so clearly that filmmakers could create it down to the most minute detail. Come see it with us when we visit Warner Brothers Studios in London. You know, sometimes in our imagination we conjure up worlds that are so brilliant that we can't believe that reality could ever possibly live up to what we have in our minds. But when we visit the homes of kings and queens, as we will, when we visit Windsor Castle outside London and the Palace of Versailles outside Paris, you'll see that sometimes reality not only lives up to, but even exceeds what we carry in our imagination. Creativity and imagination make our world more beautiful. Think of the creators of the Gothic cathedrals, who invented ways to take a world that they had never experienced directly themselves and represent it in stone and stained glass so that everyone could see it with their eyes and feel it in their souls. And then 600 years later, you had the master impressionist painters who took a reality that had become almost too familiar and it had kind of lost its spirit. But they invented a new way to represent that reality, illuminating it with new meaning. So I hope you'll come to Paris with us and visit Notre Dame and visit the museums of the city. But I also hope that you'll come with us to the trenches of the First World War in Belgium and in France. Here, reality proved to be so horrible that soldiers felt compelled to transform themselves into novelists and poets like England's Wilfred Owen in order to try to communicate their experience to those who had remained at home, and because they remained at home, had a sort of a false idea of what war really is. And also come with us to Normandy, on whose beaches and cliffs the horrors of war unleashed themselves again, one generation later, only to be overcome by magnificent acts of heroism, so powerful that it took the greatest filmmaker of our time to represent them in a manner worthy of the veterans of that war. I've worked with the Custom Tours division of EF Tours, the largest educational tour company in the world, to create an itinerary that will allow your family to experience both the real and the creative sides of England, Belgium, and France, to visit these places and so many more. In doing so, I've tried to strike a balance between affordability, convenience, and structure on one hand, and creating opportunities to personalize your family's experience on the other. So I hope you'll accept my invitation to experience kings, heroes, and warriors, England, Belgium, and France from prehistory to Harry Potter, an educational tour for families in the summer of 2027. On screen and in the email, you'll see the options that are available to you to get more information. I hope that you'll either click the link or scan the QR code so that I can share much more with you about this opportunity. Thank you.